really has improved a great deal. You really have the whole thing now as a big whole gestalt thing, which is very nice. And it's going right across from section to section. I liked when the return of the theme because I think those 2/16 weren't as smothered together. They were more melodic. I liked it better when you did this. It just gives it more of the lilting feeling. Make sure that some of these quick 16th note little more, what do you call them, little decorations, don't come with the beat but come after the beat. I guess I mean here, for instance, after, right? They don't come with the left hand note ever, but they're in between because they are in between. What you did before was right just now, the second time. Yeah, really let it very free, like you're rolling forward with there, aren't you? Yeah, you really have to just let them be all wrist rolls there, and it gives you the lilt that of the Scottish lilt. Then you have to differentiate that from the grace note, eighth grace note ones, which are tricky, where he's just going. Right? And 81, where he goes, the tricky grace note just has to come real quick with a wrist spring forward quickly. That's another tricky one on that next to last. Just roll. Let your wrist go forward so you just get doing that again. The tricky is properly measuring the piece.
Yeah.
Da da dee da, cha da da dee da da. Holding the D, still holding the D, and then da 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 da. Like he's holding the quarter note through that too, isn't he? So chiara, top quarter, da da, still holding, and then it'll be this. Yeah, still holding the A, which is tight over. Chiara.
The D has to be held through the E. Yeah, I think so.
And then you release it into. Yeah. Now in the middle section, I think you should go toward the Gajic notes, which are the quarter notes.
Yes.
I didn't quite hear that. Not so much like that, the opposite. Use your wrist. Can you use your wrist on those longer notes that you come under the longer notes with a wrist motion? The eighth note is springing into the longer note, and that's what I come under with my wrist on it. So I get a wrist kind of pull on that note. Just float across. Float across, float across. one line like this. Float across, there and then there, and falling down. Sing with it on one line. Just do one top voice with the right fingers that you're going to be using when you put the chord in, when you fill in the chord. In other words, do this. There and roll to play the violin, that you could put the vibrato on the longer notes. So that means delay them on the piano. There and there and roll to there. Think voice, upper voice. So that's why this just isolating the top line with the chord in the left hand is good, right? Just doing. And then add all the baggage below it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you have to keep that left hand chordal thing down, because that can get very thumpy, that left hand.
Yeah.
I would add energy to this. Keep that way down, that left hand. So lower your left hand chords and think of your solo line, which is the melodic line, not all the repeated B's or the repeated A's, but mostly the melody up on the 2, 3, 4 fingers and the 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4 fingers, right? Again, not the other way around. That's right. Exactly right. And then it continues that way again into a different ending. So then we have measure 3. Exactly, you did that exactly right.
Yeah.
You went toward the juice, which is a longer note.
Yeah.
Those little things can make a huge difference.
Especially this page where it's so, it can get so repetitive.
Yeah, when I first learned it, I said, boy, I've got to do something where this doesn't get so redundantly, into the ground. And you have to keep the interest of the listener yourself in that. So much repetitions. Yeah, but certainly the fleshing out the melody is the big deal, and how you shape it. And you may nuance it a little bit. You may say the first time I did, maybe a little more here.
Yes.
Being creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to kind of cajole it a little bit, or else it really does get beaten to the ground. And then the major, you want to make sure that when you go to the B major, that of course it's bigger and brighter, and then you need to drop down into the minor with that pathos of parallel.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, the only thing you need improvement on that is to keep letting me hear the upper voice, and individualize the upper voice in the B major section. There and falling down now. Yeah, really get that emotional change there.